Everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another Scooby-Doo reaction in another week. Where today we'll be reacting to What's New Scooby-Doo episode 3, and for the rest of the weekend, episodes 4 and 5. Well, technically the last week, but the past two episodes, we reacted to There's No Creature Like Snow Creature, which we rated 7.5, and started us off on the What's New Scooby-Doo series with a good moment and episode that I've really enjoyed. And then the next episode was 3 Destruction, which we rated a 6 out of 10. And now will be Space Ape at the Cape, released on September 28th, 2002. Episode number 3, series episode 207. Then, like I said, I had the first 4 episodes on that DVD box set. So Space Ape at the Cape and There's No Creature Like Snow Creature are the 2 episodes of those 4 that I watched the most. So I'm really excited to watch some more of it. Also, wearing my Scooby-Doo shirt. Gotta represent. You can't really see it because of the way my webcam is set up, but that's okay. And then also just, I hate myself, so I'm eating the rest of my super hot and spicy Stranger Things pizza rolls just for funsies. You gotta watch Scooby-Doo while eating. So we're just gonna get right into the episode. The description: while visiting a space center, a mysterious alien egg hatches. The gang must stop this fast-growing creature before Edith's shuttle mission is aborted. All right, and then the notes and trivia: the preteen Vilma, the one from What's New Scooby-Doo, also had an invention of hers chosen to go to space in the previous series episode, Dawn of the Spooky Shuttle Scare. And then for the scientists remote characters from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Professor from Scooby-Doo and Mummy 2, Helga from Nowhere to Hide, Dr. Jekyll from Nowhere to Hide, and Professor Ingstrom from Scooby-Doo's Night with a Frozen Fright. Okay, cool. I don't think I'd ever noticed that, but that's cool to see. And Frank Welker and Colleen O'Shaughnessy are uncredited as Reggie and the brown-haired policeman and Celia Clyde, respectively. And then an alternative version of the story can be found in the Scooby-Doo Space Chase coloring book. And then substitute for NASA, which is Edith. And then Chucky claims to have seen a triple creature feature with Scooby containing aliens hiding in air vents, likely a reference to the Aliens franchise. The Xenomorphs are known to use events to move about in secret. And then Celia Clyde resembles Dana Scully from the X-Files. And that's all the trivia that we have for this episode. So I think we're just going to get right into it and enjoy ourselves. I'm very excited. I'm in a good mood today, which you can tell by the way I'm talking. So I'm really interested to see if it holds up, because like I said last time, the nostalgia is going to be real. I'm going to rate these ones probably pretty heavy, like our first episode being 7.5, but then lowering it back down to a 6 for the second one. So this weekend will be 3, 4, and 5. So let's get started with episode 3. There she is. Yep, remember her.
Oh no, it can't be. Are you sure you
Oh, here we go. Yeah, they're little. I remember this part. Yeah, it's nice. I've always wanted to try that kind of thing, like a dehydrated sandwich like that. Mission Control and the captain looks awesome.
Make sure not to take them off. You don't want to be late for your own ceremony, Velma.
Thanks, Captain Treesdale.
Captain Treesdale, okay.
Finalists: Blinder with his project Soybeans, Rocket Fuel of the Future, and Velma Dinkley with their experiment How Earthworms Are Affected by Zero Gravity. We've only got room in the shuttle for one of these projects. Velma Dinkley!
Yay, Velma.
I have to say I'm pretty excited. Not only did I win, but I got to meet my favorite scientist, Janet Lawrence. She even signed the
Nice.
and
It's kind of like a baseball card kind of style thing.
Well,
It's just a
not
picture
really.
though.
My science club mate, Janet works with ETIS here at the base. It stands for the Extraterrestrial Information Search.
I like how you're just expositioning with her instead of her introducing herself.
On your current research project. It's classified. Recently we've had some complications.
So, Janet, do you think I have the right stuff to be an astronaut?
Being an astronaut takes a lot of work. I know I can never do it. I'm afraid of heights. Alien!
There it is, baby alien style.
What was that thing?
That was the complication.
No.
Big group of scientists around though.
Shuttle flight.
Sorry,
I'm kind of still hanging out even after the
whatever it
alien.
was.
Professor Lawrence.
And then they
really
canceled the
gonna
launch
be
as well.
Anything is possible, Velma. Last month, I sent a probe to collect comet debris, and it picked up something very unusual. It looked like an egg, possibly an alien egg. The egg wasn't very large at all.
Lucky us. It's going through
Okay,
alien
yeah,
rules.
so the egg's
Don't worry,
quickly
Janet, we're
growing.
going to
Yep,
talk
I
about
remember
this.
this
You
part
guys go
too.
ahead, but please be careful.
And there's the other person.
My laptop says the material is definitely organic, and there's water in the bottom of the egg case. I wonder if that had any effect on the egg.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so that water maybe helps it grow. It's weird seeing Scooby like an all bipedal like that.
Let me guess. Split up and look for clues. How did I know he was going to say that?
Sorry, Shaggy. It's always split up and look for clues. This scene is always so fun to me.
Oh, watermelon in one bite.
The way it just kind of boom like that.
Oh, man,
Exactly.
drive home.
So of all the basically science bodies, there's still all those calories in that food too. Nice. Get in there, man. And the alien's no longer a baby. Full grown person now.
What is this?
It's like an alien rash.
They're mainly doing medical treatment on site.
Hey guys, anyway.
Taking to the
Yep, and all of it
treatment
bad.
center.
We saw the alien.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I remember the
Train can do
chimp.
just about anything.
Yeah.
Scooby, what
I
are you doing?
just
You don't have time for swimming.
I knew the whole time who the bad guy is, but I just remembered how the pieces fall into place.
Hey, look, this
Sorry,
is the
Elliot.
research data for Janet's project. This is classified. I don't believe in violence, but that doesn't mean I don't know how to give a mean wedgie. Ew.
Velma.
Wait, I can help you.
Well, there was something strange about that janitor who bandaged up Captain Treesdale. She sure knew a lot about medicine.
Looks like we better keep our eye
Yep.
on this mystery maintenance woman.
Gotcha.
There's the musical cut, and then Daphne captured with the parachute, broke it apart, and now they're running. Yep, scared of heights.
I wonder why the alien didn't follow me across the gangplank.
I wonder who else is scared of heights.
Or maybe that alien is a big phony. Did you
Oh,
do
yet
this to my
again.
project? So what if I did? Your
Yeah, it's
project
kind of
was
interesting that they're trying to make him be the bad guy the whole time.
Not so fast, Velma.
Shuttle launch.
I like how Fred has the one to talk her down, too.
That's what Janet won the Nobel Prize for. It looks like they were both working on the same idea, but Janet published her research first. So,
Gotcha.
maybe
So
we must
Janet
Nobel Prize
maybe
for Janet.
try to scumbag him a
Maybe she's
little
trying to get
bit.
revenge by sabotaging her new project.
Almost got it.
Like hell!
The water must have caused it to
Come on,
expand.
Shaggy.
We did do it for
Sorry, Daphne. We're way ahead of you. We bought our own supply of
Oh,
Scooby Snacks
nice.
just for
Good
the
job,
delivery.
boys.
Oh, yeah. But do you have...
Oh,
That's
man,
one
nothing
box
goes better
of
with
Scooby Snacks
and
for
milk.
each.
Like
Nice,
the
yeah,
show
let's do it.
Scooby-Doo. Remember that triple creature feature we saw last week?
I like how Shaggy took a part of it, too. That's all I've wanted. Good job, Scooby. Nice. Janet.
Janet Lawrence. Instead of facing the humiliation of admitting her mistake, she decided to keep the space shuttle from launching by coming up with
Yep.
this alien egg scam.
And that's why she wouldn't chase Daphne across the gangplank at the top of the tower. Because Janet is afraid of heights.
It was an allergy powder that caused that strange rash on Captain Treesdale.
And only someone with a degree in biochemistry could come up with a freaky compound like that.
The short version was Reggie, the chimp, wearing the alien suit.
Yep,
And Janet wore the costume
exactly.
herself for the medium
Yeah, I
version.
remember
and
that
then used
part,
stilts to
too.
make it appear that the alien was growing for the tall version. but also
Yep,
had
the
one.
egg was
When he noticed how his
dehydrated.
food expanded, Amy realized that the alien egg was nothing more than dehydrated organic material. With it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Whoa, Janet. Yep, another undercover person.
But who are you?
My name is Celia Clyde. I'm an FBI agent. I was sent here to monitor possible alien activity.
Man, they've already had... We've only been through 3 episodes, and there's been 2 secret agents already.
It's too bad your experiment is going with it, Velma. That's okay. There's always next year.
These Chinese noodles sure look great, huh, Scoob?
Oh, guys.
Doogie doogie. Yeah.
Yep, fantastic episode on that one. I still remember all of it. Yeah, I knew exactly. As soon as it started with the egg hatching, I knew exactly where it was, even though it's been 12 years. It's crazy that I remembered it that easily as soon as you watch the visual of it. Fantastic stuff. We also had Scooby-Doo, Scooby Snacks eaten. So starting off, our first time ever, we had some Scooby Snacks eaten in Zombie Island, where we had Shaggy eat 6 and 3 for Scooby, to where Shaggy actually had more Scooby Snacks eaten in an episode/movie for himself. But for this one, starting us off the season, tied up Shaggy and Scooby with 1 box of Scooby Snacks eaten. I'm just going to count as 1 box because their mouths were full, but 104 for Shaggy, 104 for Scooby, which is pretty crazy. Because usually Scooby way in the lead. It'd probably end up happening that way, but I think it's cool that they finally kind of leaned into more Shaggy eating those Scooby Snacks and just having fun with it, which I really enjoyed because we're still tracking those. And then no weird food items eaten this episode besides the dehydrated food and stuff like that. Maybe we can do some astronaut food, but it's not really anything crazy. And for episode-wise, I didn't see any property damage, really. The only property damage was really by the alien, besides like a couple things with Shaggy and Scooby kind of just running into stuff, but none of that was really like breakable items or anything like that. So for this episode, I think I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. It's just a nice, good old-fashioned classic episode. It's so fun. It's pretty obvious who the bad guy is because there's only Elliot, and they kind of just try to shoehorn in the other professor guy, the one that's artificial intelligence, kind of in the back ends, but not really enough to actually bring it into the forefront of as like a suspect. So that's why I think Janet made the most sense and also was the most obvious, and she started off the episode. So they kind of try to mix it up by having like them basically the main information exposition person, basically the good guy of the episode. Like whenever it's like a family member or something like that, they're usually the ones that gets the episode rolling. So that's her role in this episode, but then she ended up being the bad guy. So I think that's a good range of motion and trying to keep it interesting, but also why it was pretty obvious because basically all of it was in her. And then if it wasn't obvious before, her kind of going Disney on the gangway because of heights was pretty obvious too. So like that's the only reason why they mentioned it, Chekhov's gun kind of style. So that's why I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. Really fun. I think No Creature Like Snow Creature is still my top, just because it starts us off, it gives the vibe, and it just brings the jam really to start us off for the What's New Scooby-Doo series. That's why I think it still has a special place in my heart. But this one's definitely a close second, especially since I had these 4 episodes on DVD. So it's really fun to have. So I think that's going to do it for me for this episode. I will see you guys in the next 2 for the next 2 days. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day.